What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Coasters in Perspective. Today, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a different approach from my earlier videos, and I'm going to be talking about the flat ride genre. Sometimes, I don't feel like flat rides get enough love, as they are really the attractions that really balance out a park's lineup. To be honest, I am a big fan of flat rides, and I try to get on the best ones at each park every time I visit an amusement park. I love flat rides, and I have a really fun time every time I get on one. So in that case, today I'm going to be telling you a flat ride that every amusement park should have. Just remember that this is only my opinion, and I will be including flat rides that I've ridden on this list. I decided not to rank these rides, as all of them I love pretty much equally. So this list will not be in any particular order. So now, let's get right into the video.
Don't feel so good. Ew! Ew!
Sns Screaming Swings. You can find Sns Screaming Swings at multiple parks around the world, and they're always just a really fun time. I have actually only ridden 2 Sns Screaming Swings, but they're always great, providing some good floater airtime and some great views. A lot of parks around the country struggle to find thrilling flat rides, and an Sns Screaming Swing is always the perfect addition. They always balance a park's lineup very well, and they're an amazing addition for a park if they need a thrilling flat ride. They are always the most popular flat rides in the parks, and there are people eaters. Providing great views and great airtime just makes it a very enjoyable experience overall. Though I have only ridden 2, next time I see one at a park, I know that I just have to get on it. That is why I love Sns Screaming Swings, and why Sns Screaming Swings should be at every park. Zemperla Discoveries. These are rides that you can find at multiple Six Flags parks. Zemperla Discoveries are your classic spinning pendulum ride, but they are always a fun time, providing some good airtime as well as spinning. It doesn't really matter if it's the Giga Discovery or the regular Discovery for me, but they are always a fun time nonetheless. I feel like every big park needs a Zemperla Discovery, as it's one of the most popular rides in the park, and it really gives the midways a great feel. It's always fun just to hear all the screams of the riders, and at night they have an amazing light package. These things are also GP magnets, and people would pay money probably just to ride this ride. Their capacity is also really great too, and the ride experience itself is also really great, providing some good spinning and good airtime on the ascent and descent. That is why every park should have a Zemperla Discovery. Log flumes. Did I already mention that I'm using water rides on this list also? I don't think I did. Well, it's my video, so whatever. I feel like every park needs a log flume, mostly because they are great, fun, somewhat thrilling rides for the entire family. They're great on a hot day, as you can get moderately soaked or completely soaked on some of these rides. They are always really fun, sometimes very well themed attractions. Just look at Splash Mountain or Timber Mountain Log Ride. Log flumes always provide a great family fun attraction at any park. Arrow Flume or Hopkins Flume, they are always some of the most popular attractions at the park, especially on hot days. I always try to ride a flume anytime I get to a park, because they are always just really fun and they really balance out a park's lineup. Drop towers. I love all drop towers. From Intamin to SNS, they are all just really fun rides. These are rides that small parks and very large parks can go for, as maybe a small park will get a small SNS drop tower, whereas a big park will get a large Intamin drop tower, such as Six Flags Great Adventures Zumanjaro. Whatever it is, if it launches you up or just takes you to the top and drops you down, they are just great ride experiences, providing some good airtime and amazing views. Though I don't go completely out of my way to ride a drop tower every time I go to a park, it's still a great ride experience every time I do. I feel like every park needs a drop tower, large to small, as they are often some of the most popular rides actually at the park. These rides can also have some pretty high capacity too, and some pretty long ride cycles. The final ride we have on our list are Himalayans. Himalayans are often at smaller parks in the country and a lot of county fairs. I know this may be a shock to some people to find Himalayans on this list, but I genuinely love Himalayans. They provide some shocking laterals, and I always have an amazing blast every time I go on one. One ride in particular I had at Trimper's Rides Himalayan was absolutely insane, as they ran it extra fast and an extra long cycle. I actually got some good pops of floater airtime on the descent. I am not joking. It's sad to see that these rides are more of a dying breed nowadays, but I'd love to have them at a lot more parks around the country. They are always just really fun rides for the entire family. Alright guys, it looks like that is going to be the end of this video. What did you think of my thoughts on every flat ride that I think a park should need? Let me know down in the comments down below. Then again, my upload schedule is now Wednesdays and Saturdays, so stay tuned for more on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Also stay tuned for some collaborations coming to you in the future. Now without further ado guys, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.